Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and peace be with you, brothers and sisters of humanity. Welcome to another video. This video, I'm going to talk about this very interesting thing that's actually taking place everywhere, not only in the Muslim community, but actually everywhere. But this particular story happened to this Muslim woman. She's a widow, and she has one child. So she said, I was at the masjid, and this woman came to me and asked me if I was interested in becoming a second wife to a brother who comes to the masjid. And she also mentioned the fact that the first wife is fully on board. So this woman said, naturally, I'm just not a person who likes to get involved with emotional entanglement. And although I have no issue with people who will do something like that, like sisters who don't mind becoming a second wife or a third wife or a fourth wife, for that matter, she said, I'm just not that kind of person. I'm just not interested. But she said, I was very curious. So I asked the lady, I said, well, let me ask you, because she said, I have faced this before several times. So she said, I asked the lady, well, just out of curiosity, would this brother be able to financially support me and my child? And the woman said, oh, well, he's kind of hoping for a woman who has her life together, kind of like you, someone who's got their own home and their own life. And, he can't really afford to take care of you and your daughter, So he wants someone who's self-sufficient and, kind of have their own thing going. So she said, I looked at her and I said, so wait a minute. So this man wants to have all the perks and benefits given to him by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he wants to have a second wife, maybe a third wife. But he only has his what to offer. And the lady said, well, these are different days and different times. Well, she said, this has happened to me many, many times. She said, I get a lot of DMs from men, Muslim brothers, who are looking for a side hustle, a wife on the side. But she said, every time when I ask them, well, you must be capable of taking care of a second family or a third family, then they would say, oh, no. So I am just asking, where do these men get the audacity to want a second and third wives, but have nothing to offer to them? Do they think they can offer what? Their stick? Do they think women are so desperate that just having a man in our beds with all the horrific emotional entanglement, do they think that's worth it for us? We have a news for you. We're not interested. Most Muslim women of today, especially those of us who are financially taking care of themselves, are not interested. Well, you have nothing to offer. Why do you even want a second wife, a third wife? Why? You have zero to offer to us. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. This is actually happening across the board everywhere. Today I came
Most
across...
women are happier at home. They are pretending that they like working, and they're not making money because they don't stay all night at the office. They don't go the extra mile.
Why
They
am
don't
I
work
sitting
all
here?
weekend.
I'm
You're making a
sitting here-
mistake. You would be much happier at home with a husband and children.
Oh, boy.
I mean, really. Now, in the Western nations, it's very common that a husband and wife both work because life is so difficult as it is and everything is so expensive that two-income household is almost a must for the vast majority of the population. And it's not like the Muslim world where the woman can work in Islam, and if she doesn't want to contribute a dime to the household, she can keep her money to herself and do whatever the hell she wants to do with her money. Of course, most women contribute anyway, but you can do whatever you want. So in Islam, what's his is yours, but what's yours is yours. But of course, even in the Muslim world, most men are not capable of doing that anymore. They're not even able to fully support one family, let alone 2 or 3 or 4. Forget about that. Yet they want all the benefits. New wife, new home. What? Pathetic. Just pathetic. And now you have these movements, even in the West, where men are hammering women, like this guy. Women are happier when they are at home with their children. You're not capable of supporting women and children fully. And you know that. But this ridiculous movement with all this propaganda, all this nonsense, men want respect. You got to give respect first and foremost. And lumping all of us together as feminists, this is nonsense. No, it's not feminist. It's not that we all are feminists. But we have learned to respect and honor ourselves because you don't respect and honor us, nor yourselves. You want everything. You want to be the warrior, the rajal, or the head of the household, but have nothing. There aren't too many men nowadays who are reasonable, honorable, truthful, decent, respectful. You don't have to be harsh, unkind, disrespectful, fancy, rich. You don't have to be none of those things to be a great man. You can be a great man, a sensible man, a decent man, a rajal, a real good guy. All this is just empty rhetoric today. Just empty rhetoric with no substance, nothing. But like this guy, women are happy. No, women of today are actually happier when women, or any creature at that matter, any human being, when they're more self-sufficient and they can take care of themselves and they don't have to be dependent on anybody financially, they command respect. And this nonsense of women are unhappy. No, there has been many surveys that show women are much happier than they have been in the past because they're financially independent, many of them. They have their rights in store and they can go to school. They can just do whatever they want. Now, there's nothing wrong with two people coming together, building a beautiful family together. Most mothers understand that when we become mothers, we realize life is hard as it is. It is so busy running from one place to another with activities, and it's just so busy. And of course, your home is waiting for you and your children is waiting for you, and there's just far too much on our plates. So when we become mothers, we realize, yeah, I wouldn't mind staying home if I have a good, decent, kind man who is a responsible being, who's willing to take care of his family. You become the breadwinner and I will make the bread. But there aren't too many of you who can do that anymore. And you know it. So you are confusing us women. You really are confusing women. We don't know what you want. You're constantly whining and complaining. And you're not the tough, strong, beautiful, warrior, fragile, masculine men that used to take care of their families, take responsibility of their actions, just do the right thing. No, you're not. You want to sleep around. You want to have mistresses. You want to have, the Muslims want to take second and third wife, when none of you can afford to just take care of one single family. So actually, it's you, brothers, men in general, because you are our brothers. We love you. But it's you who are confusing the heck out of us. You hear all these stories about men running around wild, ghosting women, when all we do is we wear our hearts in our sleeves. We love you. We want to respect you and honor you. But you don't honor us. You're mad as hell because some of us, not all of us, but some of us are independent from your nonsense. And that we can command you either love us and respect us and offer yourself to us completely and utterly, or you leave us alone. But then you're depressed. The disenfranchised young men or men in general. The truth is, you want to stay single forever and fool around. You want to have your cake and eat it too. You're not men anymore. We don't know what you are. But many of you who think you're men are not. You're something like it. And although I don't consider myself a feminist, it's not feminist that's corrupting the world. It's you men who are corrupting feminism. All that feminism has ever been was to give women their rights. Their God-given rights, actually. And now when us Muslim women command and demand our respect and our rights, you're Westerners now. You're being infiltrated by feminism. No, we become educated. And we realize that, we have rights given to us by God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we command and demand our rights. It has nothing to do with feminism. We want you to be men. Be men. You are the people who are confused, including many of you who have identity crisis, can't tell whether you're a male or female. And you're trying to squeeze yourself into our spaces. And you blame us for all of this gender ideology. You gave birth to all of it, not feminism, not women, you men. Get your act together. Stop being little, I don't know what, whiny creatures. All you hear is whine, 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 whine. You're still the most powerful creatures in the world. This is man's world. This is the man's world. You run everything. Yet you complain about the very little that we have. What is the matter with you? Stop lying to yourselves. It's so much healthier and freeing to be truthful. You confuse us women. You confuse everything. You are not truthful people nowadays. What a shame. What happened to you, people?